What's up guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name's Jake. Welcome to the JD Cars Automotive YouTube channel. Please be sure to go check us out at jd-cars.com. Follow us on Instagram at jd.cars, and please be sure to subscribe for more content. So today on JD Cars, we're gonna be taking the trunk off the F30 here and wrapping it. Give you guys an update. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I'm wrapping my BMW F30 with an F80 body kit. I'm wrapping it in Ivory gloss gray. It's a really light gray and it honestly looks white on camera, but front bumper's done, hood's done, left the center exposed carbon. The fenders are both done, they're just still in the basement. All four doors are done. I just finished up the rear bumper today, which I spiced up a little bit with these red accents, and I'm really hyped about that. It looks really good. I'm probably gonna add some more of that pinstriping to the front bumper. Just didn't really occur to me to do that, or actually I didn't have the pinstriping yet, but add some of that on to the front bumper later on down the line. But today we're focusing on the trunk. Should be the last piece that I'm going to do any inlays on. I'm getting really tired of inlays. 3 on each side on this bumper, and then it was a total of 10 vinyl pieces on the front bumper here. That was just a total pain in the ass. So hopefully this is the last piece with any inlays. I mean, we just have the rear quarter panels and side skirts remaining after the trunk here, so should be pretty smooth sailing. This will probably be 3 pieces, one on the top that overlaps to the back. We'll have a little dividing piece for this part right here, and then one piece on the back. And yes, a lot of people will usually just zip tie the trunk like that and work on it on the car, but as you can see, it's pretty dusty out here. This thing needs to be wiped down again. Pretty dusty out here, pretty warm, and I also just like the flexibility of having it on sawhorses so I can maneuver all the way around it, under it, etc. So pretty easy. I've just pulled off the trunk trim right here. This was all done in the trunk teardown video, but basically just pulled off that, pulled out my tail lights, pulled out the trunk release handle, backup camera, and license plate lights, pulled off my emblem as well, and got it all stripped down. So at this point it's just 4 12mm bolts on each side. Not sure how heavy it is, but we'll find out right now. Got the bumper upside down here on the sawhorses, sitting on top of a moving blanket to protect the top half, and I've just given it a very thorough wiping down in these cracks and crevices around the taillights, because those like to collect a lot of dirt. Also in here, all the little cracks around our lights and release handle and whatnot. This is going to be the first area of attack, this inlay right here, and in lieu of using transfer paper, I'm going to be using some wax paper to trace the template of this area so I can cut that out more accurately rather than using a big piece and fussing with it and doing a bunch of trimming. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'll show you what it looks like once we get it laid down. So I finished up this little inlay section right here. Came out pretty good. Only really difficult parts were right here because of the opposing angles, and it's a really hard acute angle there, but it's fine. We'll probably lay some of this vinyl on over that to clean it up a little bit. Got all my holes cut out, all this laid in. So yeah, now we're ready to do our top piece. So I'm gonna flip this thing over, do the top piece, and lay it down over this so our seam is facing inwards. We probably won't even see it at all. So I have the trunk set up here, just resting on its edge. The latch is kind of holding it on there, and then 4-foot level holding this side up. Really not too much weight over here. The majority of it is on the back half on the sawhorse, But anyways, I still need to give this a wipe down, still a little dirty, but I have my piece cut out. I measured out a 30-inch length, should be plenty, and I'm happy to finally be working with metal again because we can use our little magnets to hold this down and make peeling back the backing a lot easier. I'm gonna get to work on that, and I'll update you guys once I'm over on the other side working things down. Alright, got the top completely squeegeed out, started working on my edges a little bit, and I have this back lip all laid down, all glassed out. Really easy actually, just, you know, applied some heat. Again, start in the middle and work your way outwards. Don't start on the end and push material towards the center. And then our last face really right here, this back portion where the emblem sits, then we just have to tuck it under where we already made this inlay right here. Just have to make sure we lay it over enough to overlap. And yeah, I mean, the emblem hole, it already has these two holes in it, unlike the bumper, so that should release the air really easily. Just gotta remember to start right dead in the center in the deepest point. But yeah, this is actually going really smoothly. So that's how you go from that, all that excessive material, to this. Nice and tight, clean. So as you guys saw there, it's really just a simple repetitive process, you know, heat, stretch, glass it out, get all the air out, repeat, and just keep going and keep working it out to the outside. As you can see, I have a lot of wrinkling around the outside. That's all the excessive material and all the, you know, bending that I'm doing with the material here. This isn't even that complex, you know, compared to a bumper or something, but it's the same process for everything. You know, just stretch it out as much as you can, get out as much of the air out. Once, you know, fingers start to form and stuff, apply some heat, work it out. But I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll touch base with you guys once I'm done with the top piece, once I have it fully trimmed, and we're moving on to this piece. Got the top piece completely done all the way around. I'm pretty happy with it. A little bit of fingering under here because I put a lot of material under there to compensate, and I don't know, I was a little afraid I didn't have enough to make it all the way around, but that really doesn't matter. The hood's, I mean, the trunk is gonna be at like this level. We're gonna be looking down on this, so it really doesn't matter too much to me. And then all these edges came out really flawless. So yeah, time to move on to our last piece. Gonna get about a foot of material or so. I'm gonna measure just to make sure, but gonna get it laid in there. And there is quite a bit of concave right here. So this is gonna be our primary area of focus. We're gonna start right there, lay the material into it instead of just, you know, heating it up and stretching it down, because that would put us at risk of the material popping out later. So we're gonna start down here, work our way up, and see how this goes. All right, as you can see, I kind of shifted the trunk forwards, have it resting on these microfibers. Also zip tied it down right here just to secure it better, but got it angled forward so I can get under this lip right here. The trunk is completely wrapped now all the way around. Show you around the taillights here. I kind of just cut around the edges as one would. This part I believe is going to be entirely covered by the taillight, so I'm not really concerned about any of those flaws. I am a little bit unhappy with, you know, how much disruption there is on the edges here, but again, we're not really going to see that from above. So all in all, pretty happy with how this came out. It wasn't that difficult. Definitely the way to go, starting down here and working your way up. I cannot imagine working the material down into this pretty deep recess. As you can see, it's a pretty hard angle. Definitely start down at the bottom, work your way up. Not very difficult at all, just kind of time consuming. Maybe like 45 minutes I spent on this panel, on this part right here I should say. But yeah, she's all done. I'm gonna do a little post heating and take it back out to the garage, put it back on the car. All right folks, car's really getting there. We have the trunk fully reinstalled here. Inner taillights are reinstalled. All of our goodies under here. License plate lights, trunk release, backup camera, all that good stuff. The inner trim is reinstalled, and as you can see, lines up nice and evenly on both sides. And similar to the trunk, I obviously can't show you with the guard in the way, but those 4 bolts, they have, similar to the hood, I should say, they have quite a bit of adjustability. So you do want to make note of where they are positioned before removing them, or just look at the marks. Luckily the paint did have marks in it, so I was able to pretty easily identify where it needed to be positioned. But we're almost there. It is getting a little late, 5:30, 6 o'clock Sunday, but I'm not throwing in the towel yet. Let's pull off the side skirts, bring them down to the basement, try to get those wrapped up tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to bang out the rest of the car tomorrow. So I just pulled off the passenger side skirt there, but just to show you guys on this side, there are a bunch of these little plastic T30 Torx screws. They're kind of a rivet / screw. You just push them in, but then to remove them, you loosen them. Once you've done that, you can then just come to the back of the side skirt, give it a little pull. Had some pebbles in there. Just give it a pull, come up to the front. We'll need to disconnect this little plastic trim piece that also holds wire. Disconnect that, and you can remove it right from the car just like that. It's pretty minimal what holds this to the car. Just found two of my Fender screws. But yeah, that's all that holds it on. Pull them off, bring them down to the basement, and we'll get working. Alright, so side skirts. Unfortunately, the driver's side one has a bunch of these little specks in the paint as well, similar to the rear bumper. Oh well. If you guys remember, for the rear bumper, because it's so large, I needed a 120-inch piece of vinyl to wrap that bumper. Now these are certainly not 120 inches, they're a lot less. It's more like, I don't know, 5.5, 6 feet. But the bumper, of course, is only like half the width of that roll. So I cut off the extra amount, rolled it up right over here, and I left it for myself. I've got plenty of excess because I did buy a whole 75-foot roll, but it's still a good idea to be conscious of, you know, the amount of vinyl you're cutting away and throwing away. That whole trash bin is full of scraps, and I have scraps all over the place. But definitely try to be conscious of that. I'm gonna save as much of this as I can, so if I ever like damage my bumper or something, I can pull it off and rewrap it if the damage isn't that bad. But without any further ado, I'm gonna get these up on the sawhorses. I'm probably just gonna use a singular sawhorse and zip tie it down, laying this, you know, like that. But yeah. Well, that was stupid easy. That was literally 9 minutes from laying it down to glassing the entire thing out. Yes, I still have to do my corners, my edges really nicely, but I mean, that's really about it. Really simple, didn't have to use any heat as you saw. I did feed it into this concave because this is quite a deep concave right here. So do be conscious of that. Feed it in as always, but really, really easy. And this is a huge treat after doing those complex bumpers. So really easy. No special secrets to doing the side skirts here. I'm just gonna bang them both out and I'll check in with you guys when I'm done. All right, back out at the garage. We have both side skirts wrapped. I'm popping back on the car. See how it looks. On second thought, I just realized as I was putting one on, if I hold off on the side skirts, it'll actually make putting the fenders on a lot easier because I can actually, you know, put this fastener into the fender opposed to having the side skirt in the way. So yeah, let's do the fenders first and then we'll do the side skirts. All right guys, went inside, had dinner, came back out, worked on the car, got both front fenders reinstalled along with both sets of side skirts. Starting to look like a car once again here. Oh man, this thing's looking mean. I love how we can actually like see the body lines of the car now. Like front bumper actually looks really aggressive. Loving this so much. So all we got left for tomorrow are, you know, these rails that connects to the rear quarter panels. The rear quarter panel itself, door handles, which I have over here. Those are gonna be really fun. Forgot about those. But yeah, that's it. That's all we have left. That, door handles, and then I'm gonna do some more accents here and there, but that'll be fun and easy, hopefully. Yeah, I'm super stoked with how this is looking. Really relieved to be, you know, wrapping this project up. Been a really long haul, but it's gonna be worth it, I can tell, and I'm really excited. So I hope you guys are excited as I am. I hope you've enjoyed this series thus far. Hope you're excited to see what I have planned for the car. If you are, please be sure to go like this video down below, subscribe for more content, hit that bell notification to stay up to date for more updates on this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time on JD Cars.